Sports Central. Glad to know you're still hooked to DDM Sports Central, your home for global sporting stories. On today's edition, Andy Murray to revive his coaching career as coach to Djokovic. Man U's teenage sensation Chido Obi not available for Europa League. FIFA lifts ban on a country. You want to know the country? We bring you the latest on the racial abuse on our own Calvin Bassey. In the UEFA Champions League, who makes it through to the quarterfinals of the UCL as the round of 16 hots up? Stay tuned as we bring you details of these and more. And so we begin with tennis. Andy Murray will revive his coaching role with Novak Djokovic at the upcoming Indian Wells tournament and stay with the 24-time major champion for the Miami Open. Djokovic, 37, plans to compete at both ATP Masters events played back-to-back, known as the Sunshine Double, for the first time since 2019. Murray's team said the 37-year-old Scot flew out to the United States on Monday. The Indian Wells main draw will begin March 5, 2025, with the Miami Open following on March 19, 2025. Djokovic's last competitive outing was a first-round defeat by Italy's Matteo Berrettini at the Qatar Open on February 18, 2025, when Murray was not present. Djokovic began working with his longtime rival, who retired from playing in August, on a trial basis at January's Australian Open. Now to football, and we talk about FIFA. The Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, has lifted the suspension on the Pakistan Football Federation, PFF, after the PFF Congress approved constitutional amendments mandated by FIFA and the Asian Football Confederation. FIFA stated that the Bureau of the FIFA Council decided last weekend, precisely on March 2, 2025, to lift the suspension that was imposed on the PFF on February 6, 2025. Shahid Koha, a member of the PFF Normalization Committee, confirmed the lifting of the suspension. He said the suspension has been lifted following the successful outcome of the PFF Extraordinary Congress on February 27. The lifting of the suspension allows Pakistan to resume international football activities, including participating in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Pakistan's national team will face Syria, which is scheduled for later this month. So we go to the Europa League. As Manchester United chase their only hope of a silverware this season, teenage sensation and striker Chido Obi will not feature in Manchester United's game against Real Sociedad in the Europa League because he is ineligible to play in the UEFA Europa League. 17-year-old impressed after coming on as a substitute during United's FA Cup defeat to Fulham on Sunday. This was only his third senior appearance after moving from Arsenal in October. His performance against Fulham raised questions to head coach Ruben Amorim about whether he is close to making his first start as replacement for heavily criticized forward Rasmus Højlund, who hasn't scored since December. However, Chido Obi won't be able to face Real Sociedad in the Europa League round of 16 first leg on Thursday because he is ineligible to play in the competition. According to sources, Chido Obi was overlooked because he was not considered a first-team player at the time. But boy, really did impress at the last game, you know. We go to the English Premier League. The Premier League and Fulham have denounced the racist and homophobic or discriminatory remarks that defender Calvin Bassey received online following his goal in Sunday's FA Cup victory over Manchester United. Super Eagles and Nigerian international Bassey had given his team Fulham the lead before halftime in the 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Fulham later defeated the home team on penalties to go to the FA Cup quarterfinals. The club, in a statement on Monday, said that Fulham Football Club was utterly appalled at the racist and discriminatory abuse received and subsequently shared by Calvin Bassey on social media after the FA Cup game against Manchester United. The club said they were working with the relevant authorities to identify the perpetrators and take the strongest form of action against them. The Premier League, on the other hand, pledged her full support to Calvin and his club, Fulham. In a statement, the Premier League said they will work with the social media companies and authorities to help ensure any individuals found guilty of discrimination face the strongest possible consequences. I guess it's high time some people take care of their utterances and writings on social media. Back to Nigeria, the Nigerian Football Federation has also issued a strong statement condemning the abuse on Bassey. The statement by the NFF supported Bassey on social media and was well received. The statement said that the Federation stands firm against all forms of discriminations, including racial abuse, and fully supports Calvin Bassey in the face of these unacceptable actions. It further stated that the Federation's commitment to creating a safe, inclusive and respectful environment for all players will be both on and off the field. The Federation also pledged unwavering support for Calvin and promised to continue the fight against racism in football and society. Bassey is yet to make a comment as he prepares for his return to action. One wonders when this issue of racism will come to an end. Now in the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Champions League round of 16 games have kicked off and all the matches promise to be very exciting. The first and second legs of the UCL round of 16 hold on the weeks of 4th and 5th and 11th and 12th of March 2025. Who do you think will make it through to the quarterfinals? Liverpool have spoken tough in their face-off against PSG. Bayern Munich is looking at showing off their German supremacy over their fellow German side, Bayer Leverkusen. And Atletico Madrid would also want to show their prowess over champions and fellow La Liga side, Real Madrid. Can the Gunners give their fans something to cheer with the UCL as the EPL gradually slips away from their hands? Or is PSV going to put salt on Arsenal's injury? DDM Sports Central will surely give you results of fixtures in subsequent editions. But in the meantime, the current top scorer of the 2024-2025 UCL is Borussia Dortmund's Sergio Guirassy with 10 goals, including 4 penalties. He is closely followed by Robert Lewandowski of Barcelona, who has scored 9 goals, and Erling Haaland from Manchester City, though knocked out of the UCL, is tied on 8 goals with Rafinha of FC Barcelona with 8 goals. Now to the Flying Eagles. After their friendly matches against the Young Elephants of Côte d'Ivoire, the Flying Eagles have closed camp to resume camping on Monday, March 3, 2025. The confidence brewing in the team, from the coaching crew to the players, give fans confidence that the Flying Eagles will not let them down in Côte d'Ivoire at this year's Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. And with that story, we have come to the end of today's edition of DDM Sports Central. We hope you have enjoyed the stories we have brought to you. Please keep the likes, shares, and comments coming. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diasporal Digital Media. Until we come your way in the next edition, I remain your host with the Sparks, Ugochukwu. Do have a lovely and sporty day ahead. Bye for now.